Did you ever cheat when you played games as a kid? Maybe you stacked the deck in your favor. I'm not advocating cheating, but it sure does give you an advantage and make it really easy to win the game, doesn't it? Well, when we look around at life, it becomes readily apparent that not all of us are dealt the same hand of cards. And when we look in the Bible, we actually find that God gives His children, those who have put their faith in Jesus that have been saved, He gives them incredible advantages in life. Not only have Christians been saved and we have a new life in Jesus, not only do we get to go before the God of the universe in prayer, but when we look at Hebrews chapter 4, verses 14 through 16, we find that Jesus actually acts as our representative in prayer. He acts as our lawyer, if you will, before God the Father. And this is a huge unfair advantage, and we would be foolish not to embrace it and take full advantage of it. Welcome to this Bible Anytime devotional. My name is Enoch. I'm so glad that you're joining me as I study this passage and the incredible opportunity that we have to go before God in prayer and have Jesus representing us. Hebrews 4 verses 14 through 16 reads, "Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has gone through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we profess. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weakness, but we have one who has been tempted in every way just as we are, yet was without sin. Let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." Jesus is the perfect representative for you and I, because He is close to God the Father. Here it says He's gone through the heavens, or in other passages, we're told that Jesus has sat down at the right hand of God the Father. But Jesus also understands us. He gets our weakness and our struggles, and He can sympathize with us because He faced temptation just like you and I did, but He never failed. He never gave in to it. You can think of it like this. If you go to the gym and you're trying to set your personal best at the bench press, it doesn't matter how much weight you stack onto the bar. It matters whether you're able to lift that weight and do a full rep. Well, you and I, we haven't been able to. We haven't resisted the temptation of sin for our whole life. Somewhere along the road, we've given in, and most of us many, many times. Jesus, on the other hand, never did. He completed His life without failing even once. As such, He's able to represent us well, and so we don't need to give up. Even when we go through struggles, we shouldn't abandon our faith, our confession of faith, because we know He is our representative. We have an in before God the Father, and that is Jesus. And so we don't give up, but instead we should boldly approach God's throne of grace, and we seek two things there. We seek mercy, and we seek His grace. We need His mercy because even though we've been saved, we're not made perfect yet. We still fail at times. But we're told in Scripture that if we confess our sin, God is faithful and just and will forgive us of our sin and purify us from all unrighteousness. And so we need to ask for mercy. Say, God, I'm sorry. I messed up. Please forgive me. And we know He will. And then we also go to God's throne seeking strength and favor for the difficulties that we're facing. And Jesus set a great example of doing this in Scripture. If you look at His prayer in the garden before He went to the cross, there you find that He submitted His will to His heavenly Father's, and an angel came and strengthened Him, gave Him what He needed to go through the ordeal of the cross. And as we face difficulties, as we face trials and temptations, we ask God, we need to be seeking His strength so that we can excel. And we do this seeking God's mercy and His grace with full confidence that Jesus is representing us to the Father, and that because of Him, our case is secure. Take full advantage of this blessing we've been given. As Christians, we have to embrace it, lean into the reality that we have an in with God, that Jesus is our representative before the Father, and so we seek His mercy, we seek His grace as we go through times of challenge. I hope this Bible Anytime devotional has been a blessing to you. Until next time, may you go in God's grace and His peace. Bye for now.